Ghana's foreign policy is highlighted at lecture and workshop seeks indigenous solutions to climate resilience. Welcome to InfoHub. It's Thursday, September 5. We have lots to tell you today. Maritime issues, boundaries, laws, securities, and the marine environment were the focus of a lecture at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to ensure that all foreign service workers are kept abreast with the information and policies of Ghana's foreign service.
The lecture by Senior Foreign Officer Juan Donnet Street focused on maritime issues in Ghana's foreign relations.
We are blessed with approximately 138,000 square kilometers of ocean space. And this space will bring us much prominence, much wealth, if and only if it is managed properly.
Street meticulously covered areas such as the zone of entitlement of coastal states, Guyana's maritime zone, and some sector-specific maritime issues in relation to Ghana's foreign policy. She also explained the role of the International Maritime Organization, revealing also the new shift in laws that will impact countries.
Increasingly, the law of the sea is being developed along functional rather than zonal lines. The zonal lines that we talk about are those maritime zones: the territorial sea, the exclusive economic zone, the continental shelf. And so, whereas early international law focused on rights and duties of states in the zone, in their territories, international law now is being developed in a way that concerns the particular uses of the sea. So what does the coastal state use its ocean space to do? Economic activities, more or less. Navigation, fishing.
Street delivered her lecture to a packed diverse audience which included Director of the Foreign Service Institute Ambassador Ronald Austin, his colleagues Ambassadors Collins, Joseph Critchlow and Harper, Justice Duke Pollard, former Foreign Minister Rashley Jackson, and Major General retired Joseph Singh, representatives from the Ghana Revenue Authority, Ministry of Agriculture Fisheries Department, and students of the University of Ghana. According to Ambassador Austin, the Foreign Service Institute has been mandated to ensure that foreign service officers who have been granted scholarships and other awards to study in different areas to share their knowledge with the rest of staff in the form of lectures. Lectures were previously held on the foreign policy of the Trump administration and on the environment. Felicia Valenzuela, InfoHub.
Today marks the end of a Caribbean Resilience Workshop aimed at mobilizing indigenous and local solutions to address climate impacts and vulnerabilities.
Petty Oti Boteng, Director of the Division of Science at UNESCO, explained the aim of the three-day exercise, which coincided with this year's Indigenous Heritage Month observances.
The Georgetown Workshop presents a unique opportunity to learn from indigenous and local communities of Caribbean how they are mobilizing their knowledge system to survive and adapt to the intensity of climate change impacts in the region.
In her remarks, Education Minister Dr. Nicolette Henry underscored the importance of using education as a tool to realize local solutions to climate change. She added that the ministry will be incorporating aspects of the Green State Development Strategy into the new school curriculum.
As Minister of Education, I also see the need to begin educating our children in the school system so that they can be fully acquainted with the issues of climatic change and its effect.
The initiative, championed by UNESCO, was also welcomed by Minister of Natural Resources Raphael Trotman.
It is the view of the government and of President David Granger that indigenous peoples are not only our first peoples, but they are and have been the best keepers of our natural and national patrimony for millennia, and there could be no better group who can continue to do so.
This year's Heritage Month theme, Maintaining Traditional Practices While Promoting a Green Economy, is in keeping with the government and UNESCO's efforts towards mobilizing climate resilience in indigenous communities. Natisha Isaacs for InfoHub.
The Guyana Power and Light's Board of Directors has given the utility company clearance to enter into a power purchase agreement with MCG Investments Incorporated, also known as the Giftland Mall. According to a recent release, GPL has been directed by its board to ensure the necessary legal and regulatory modalities were satisfied in conjunction with inviting potential power providers to submit expressions of interest. These providers should have, quote, immediately available generation capacity, as stated by GPL. Check out our website and social media pages for a detailed report on this story. A thorough investigation is on the way to determine the circumstances surrounding the September 3 tug and barge collision with the Demerara Harbour Bridge. More in this report. Minister within the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, Paul Sharma, appearing as a guest on NCN's VOG's Insight Radio program, said the port state-controlled inspection will cover several issues.
That inspection will determine what may be the cause. If there was any issue with the vessel itself, the engine, the issues with the crew, why the anchor, where the anchor. So they would examine the records and things of that nature. The police will look at any, maybe any criminal responsibility. If it could be a form of sabotage, is not far-fetched. So there's an active investigation.
The minister explained that vessels approaching the Demerara Harbour Bridge should be under the control of a Transport and Harbours River pilot, who would be familiar with the area and do's and don'ts. This was not done allegedly.
We wouldn't expect an international vessel approaching the bridge and doesn't have a local person advising or being on board.
On the other hand, Minister Sharma commended the efforts made by the Demerara Harbour Bridge's management, engineers and workers who effected bridge repairs within 36 hours of the collision. Transport and Harbours and MARAD's efforts to secure passage for river commuters were also commended.
Within a matter of hours, they could arrange for the water taxi, speedboats to be used efficiently, effectively. That will be MARAD responsibility, whilst Transport and Harbour responsibility was basically to ensure the security of the commuters. I could say the two ends of that river there, the port where a person would have to embark and disembark. I could say it's handled, thousands of persons.
Bridge manager Ralston Adams stated that the cost for repairs effected to the bridge will be carried by the owners of the tug and barge that slammed into the facility. The Demerara Harbour Bridge was forced to close on September 2 after a tug and barge drifted into the bridge, shifting its alignment and loosening the anchorage. Minister of Public Infrastructure David Patterson today slammed a report from the Berbice Bridge Company Incorporated, which accused him of refusing to meet with them to discuss the possible sale of the bridge. He said while he has indeed refused to meet with the entity, it is because, quote, their priorities are very different, end of quote. In a Facebook post today, the minister said he remains laser-focused on the safe and affordable transit of goods and people over the Berbice River. The minister says he's willing to meet at any time to further discuss the maintenance and repairs of the Berbice River Bridge, only since a case brought by the company is still before the courts. The BBCI was referencing a comment made by the minister when he appeared on the National Communications Network's Insight radio program on Monday. Whilst the company claims to be disappointed, Minister Patterson says BBCI has not yet addressed the non-repairs of at least 6 pontoons that support the bridge, nor their refusal to allow the government to proceed with the repairs even after the government has made available $120 million for this purpose. He said the recent events at the Demerara Harbour Bridge demonstrated the effects that can result if a main artery such as a bridge linking two regions becomes inaccessible. Fortunately for the country, he says the DHB has a dream team of management and technical support staff that were able to minimize the impact of the accident. Still to come, Business Minister points to measures to improve quality and standards of local production. Details of these and more after the break.
Are you ready to embark on a truly epic adventure to an undiscovered corner of South America? where some of the most spectacular natural attractions are unveiled within a beautifully diverse landscape. From the wetlands and savannas to the ancient mountains, magnificent waterways and lush enriching rainforest, which provide a vast playground for some of the most exotic and breathtaking creatures on the planet, including many of the world's giant species. This untouched land of mystery and wonder serves up an exclusive experience for travelers. So are you ready for a new, awe-inspiring adventure? Welcome back to nature. Welcome to Guyana.
Thanks for staying with us. Participants of the Volunteer Emergency Response Team were on Thursday exposed to key aspects of weather pattern monitoring. The training is aimed at building the VERT's disaster response capacity.
The one-day session, which is being hosted at the National Weather Watch Center in Timeri on the east bank of Demerara, will see the participants being trained in several areas of weather monitoring and early warning systems. Meteorologist at the center, Lyndon Alves, noted the importance of understanding weather patterns and their possible effects.
I'll take them through climatology, because as a disaster risk manager or someone who's working in the disaster risk area, you should know what the weather pattern is for the different areas. And then we're going to try to tie that in with the hazards that are most probable. It's important to understand what are the triggers for some of these hazards so that when an alert is issued, you can understand.
Community-based Disaster Risk Management Officer of the Civil Defense Commission, Maria Harinandan, described the training as a key component of the VERT's disaster response capacity.
This component of the VERT program would help in terms of letting the VERTs be aware and be knowledgeable of what techniques or what technical implementations are in place locally to cater for early warning, weather predictions, especially as it relates to tsunamis. So we were here at the Hydrometeorological Center in Timeri, which is called the National Weather Watch, to see what techniques they use and the technology that they use to help with early warning for disasters.
The VERT program, which was launched in March, will be executed over 1 year and will see volunteers being trained in several areas. Some of these include damage assessment and needs analysis, community-based disaster risk management, first aid emergency medical response, oil spill response, natural hazards, and disaster risk management, among others. Reporting from the National Weather Watch Center with senior videographer Tejpal Bridgemohan, Anara Khan for InfoHub.
On the business front, Minister of Business, the Honorable Hemraj Rajkumar, says geographical indicators are key to raising the standards and the quality of local products and developing Guyana's economy.
The minister was at the time addressing stakeholders at the Guyana National Bureau of Standards workshop on geographical indicators and control. Minister Rajkumar said that geographical indicators can be a powerful marketing tool for Guyana to get its product on the global market.
GI will help to ensure accountability amongst producers wishing to use the indicator in trade, since they will now have to ensure that they adhere to standards in order to be certified, and they will also help to ensure that their peers are likewise compliant so that the integrity of the brand is maintained.
Director of Business Dominic Gaskin said that GI will help to increase Guyana's export. He said with Guyana now known for oil and gas, the country needs to make full use of the recognition and derive the benefits from the global market.
We need to do everything to maintain and to exploit that name recognition. So adding geographical indications to the national quality infrastructure makes very good sense at this time and will certainly enhance the outcomes of the National Quality Infrastructure project on the whole. We need to quickly expand our understanding of geographic indications and how this system can work for us and what we have to do to apply it to our products and services.
Inter-American Development Bank country economist Victor Gauto said the geographical indicators can help create a strong private sector that is key to building a resilient economy. In the business sector, geographical indicators, or GI as they are commonly called, are signs which identify goods as originating in a specific country or region where the quality and other characteristics are attributed to the specific country or region. There must be a link between the product and the original place of production, since the quality depends on the geographical place of production. Isaiah Braffett for InfoHub.
Before we go, here is the final score from the first match in the CPL tournament. Don't forget to come out this evening to the Providence Stadium and support the Amazon Warriors as they face off against the Zouks. That's all for today. Connect with us on WhatsApp, Facebook, and YouTube. Much more news is on our website, dpi.gov.gy, and pop over to Instagram for the latest photo updates at DPI Guyana. Your bridge and weather reports are up next. Goodbye for now.